So here's the thing, if you're a long-term believer in this whole thought of digital assets and you're going to buy into his store of value argument, and then you're going to buy into things like censorship resistance, you're going to buy into this immutable ledger, and nothing that's happened in the last 7 months is going to change that thesis. Nothing at all. If anything, it may embolden you a little bit to see the sort of fluctuations that we had at the end of last year, the crash that we've had this year, and the continued investment in the projects to upgrade the network, but also invest.
Man, this is the best statement he's making. I'm going to let him continue, but pay attention because this is pretty much I agree with him 100%.
In these projects like these ICOs, which are now getting to the point of 10 billion on the year.
But I could push back and say that I don't think anyone disputes blockchain technology and why it makes a lot of sense for a lot of businesses and a lot of sectors to go after it. But what you're seeing is once the SEC and a lot of players come in and take out a lot of these fraudulent ICOs, et cetera. I mean, what we're learning is that a lot of this was a speculative frenzy, right? I'm a believer, but to
So, and like I said, you got to listen to the counter argument. I think it's really, really important. I'm going to let him finish, and then I'll hopefully be able to counter his counter argument.
say that a lot of these currencies were just people getting in there to trade something that was opaque and had an enormous amount of volume.
Hey, that was my big belief last fall, that it was legal gambling on your iPhone, no doubt about it, but it hasn't stopped the investment we're seeing in the VC community and the fintech community, that sort of thing. So to me, I think at 7,500, up from 1,000 in January of 2017, I think we're still doing okay on the thesis.
So this debate is great, and I'm going to agree with both players. I mean, it was legalized gambling. It was a frenzy. People didn't know what they were investing in, and it was all speculative. And if you have time, go check out Ether Delta. My friends were making crazy money on buying these random ICO shitcoins during that boom. And I remember like December, people were making like 8 times their money. And yeah, it was just a casino. But I mean, that's why market corrections are good. The market corrected. We hit the bottom or semi-bottom around that 6,000 to 7,000 range, and we keep testing or keep coming back down. So I would feel very, very comfortable to buy in at this point and realize that I'm probably not going to make a lot of money or even maybe go back to 10,000 unless there's clear regulation and custodianship set up so that institutions can also invest in this space. And that's hopefully going to happen by the end of the year. It may not, but as long as you're willing to hold, it's long-term going to happen, and the prices will definitely go up. I don't see a major setback. And like I said, because it's a global asset, if for whatever reason it doesn't work out in the US or a certain country, it doesn't really matter. It'll move to another country. And for me, I'll tell you the main reason why I like crypto is I own a lot of real estate, and unfortunately, it's very easy for the government, or if there is a lawsuit, for people to seize my assets. And you know, a lot of people do the offshore banking, go get your assets, some of your assets set up offshore, which is a smart idea. But I just don't have that kind of wealth, and I don't want to spend that kind of time, money, and energy to set up offshore banking assets. So crypto is a great alternative, and if you have a desire to own some assets that the government can't just seize from you arbitrarily, or we have a court system, but there are loopholes in this court system. If they think you're a terrorist, or if they think you're doing something stupid, they can seize your assets just on a whim. And you know, I love the Constitution. I wish the government would follow it, but there's a lot of loopholes that they get around it. So that purpose alone, just to be able to keep some of my net worth, and like I said, I'm not putting more than even like 10% of my net worth right now in crypto assets, but to have some of my net worth in an asset that I know I can move across borders, across country, and not have to deal with the government just arbitrarily seizing it. And like I said, I live in the United States, so it's not as big of a threat as these third world countries. So these are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you soon.